Imagine you're on the edge of achieving something great, your dream job, a championship win, or a breakthrough in life. But just before you reach it, the pressure becomes unbearable. Your mind screams, give up. Most people would quit, but a rare few, push forward. What makes the difference? Why do some people keep going while others surrender? It's not talent, it's not luck. It's something far more powerful, an attitude, a mindset that refuses to quit no matter how hard life gets. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to develop this never give up attitude, because one day life will test you. One day you will stand at the crossroads of persistence or surrender, and what you do in that moment will define your future. So stay with me till the end, because this could be the speech that changes your life forever. Success isn't about never failing. It's about rising every time you fall. Resilience is the ability to keep going despite obstacles, hardships, and failures. It's what separates those who succeed from those who give up. In life, everyone faces challenges. Some people let those challenges break them, while others use them as stepping stones to grow stronger. The key difference between these two types of people is resilience. The refusal to quit even when everything seems impossible. Think about the most successful individuals in history. None of them had an easy path. They faced rejection, failure, and even humiliation, but they persisted. Their ability to stand back up time and time again is what made them legendary. You might think resilience is something people are born with, but that's not true. It's a skill, a mindset, and a way of life that anyone can develop. Imagine a boxer in the ring. He gets knocked down repeatedly, but each time he pushes himself up, refusing to stay down. That's resilience. Life will hit you hard. It will knock you down, sometimes when you least expect it. The question is, will you get back up? Most people assume that failure is a sign they're not good enough. That's the biggest mistake they can make. Failure isn't a dead end, it's a lesson. Every great achievement is built on a foundation of setbacks. The difference between those who make it and those who don't is simple. The ones who make it refuse to stay down. Resilience is not about avoiding failure. It's about using failure to grow. Think about a muscle. If you never challenge it, it stays weak. But if you push it beyond its limits, forcing it to endure strain and resistance, it grows stronger. Your mind works the same way. When you face difficulties, your ability to handle adversity increases. Every time you push through pain, doubt, and failure, you build mental strength. But here's the truth. Resilience isn't always about making massive leaps forward. Sometimes it's just about holding the line. It's about standing your ground when everything in you wants to quit. It's about waking up and trying again, even when you failed yesterday. Some days, resilience looks like victory. Other days, it looks like survival. But no matter what, it keeps you in the game. People who lack resilience tend to give up at the first sign of struggle. They believe that challenges mean they are on the wrong path. But the truth is, challenges exist to test your commitment. The universe is asking you, how bad do you really want this? If your answer is not bad enough, you'll walk away. If your answer is, I will keep going no matter what, then nothing can stop you. Think of a seed buried in the ground. It doesn't see the sunlight at first. It struggles in the darkness, pushing through the dirt, breaking through obstacles, and stretching towards the surface. If it gives up, it never grows into a tree. But if it keeps pushing, despite the resistance, one day it reaches the surface and basks in the sunlight. That's exactly how resilience works. Most people want success, but they don't want the struggle that comes with it. They want the reward, but not the pain. They want the victory, but not the battle. The truth is, you can't have one without the other. If you truly want something, you must be willing to endure everything that comes with it. So how do you develop resilience? By making a decision that no matter how many times you fall, you will get back up. A decision that no matter how hard things get, quitting is not an option. A decision that your dreams, your goals, and your future are worth fighting for. Every time you face an obstacle, you have two choices: break or rise. The people who break will never know what they could have achieved. But the people who rise, those are the ones who make history. Resilience is what turns ordinary people into legends. It's what turns failure into triumph. It's what makes the impossible possible. No matter what life throws at you, no matter how many times you fall, never stay down. Yet the greatest battles in life are not fought in the outside world. They are fought within your own mind. Every challenge, every hardship, and every moment of doubt begins and ends in your thoughts. If you master your mind, you can master anything. But if you let your mind control you, even the smallest obstacles will seem impossible. The truth is, the biggest enemy you will ever face is not failure, not rejection, not even the opinions of others. It is self-doubt. Doubt is the silent killer of dreams. It whispers in your ear, telling you that you're not good enough, not strong enough, not talented enough. It convinces you that giving up is the only option. But here's the truth. Doubt only has power if you listen to it. The moment you decide that quitting is not an option, you take control. You shift from being a prisoner of your thoughts to being the master of your destiny. Think about the most successful people in the world. They weren't born fearless. They weren't born with unshakable confidence. They had doubts, just like everyone else. The difference? They refused to let those doubts define them. They understood that their mind was a battlefield, and they chose to fight. Instead of letting negative thoughts control them, they replaced them with powerful beliefs. They told themselves, I can, I will, I must. And they kept repeating those words until they became reality. Your thoughts shape your actions, and your actions shape your future. If you constantly tell yourself, I can't do this, you will find every reason to fail. But if you tell yourself, I will find a way, your mind will start searching for solutions. The mind is like a magnet. It attracts whatever you focus on. If you focus on limitations, you will see nothing but obstacles. But if you focus on possibilities, you will start seeing opportunities everywhere. One of the biggest traps people fall into is believing that their thoughts are facts. Just because your mind tells you that you're not good enough doesn't make it true. Just because you feel like giving up doesn't mean you have to. Feelings are temporary. Thoughts can be changed. And the moment you realize this, you take back your power. Fear is another weapon your mind will use against you. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of stepping outside your comfort zone. But here's something most people don't realize. Fear is a liar. It exaggerates reality. It makes you believe the worst will happen. But when you push through fear, you realize that most of the things you were afraid of were never real in the first place. Every great achievement starts with the belief that it is possible. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. You can have all the talent in the world, but if your mind is filled with doubt, you will never take action. On the other hand, if you have an unshakable belief in yourself, even when the odds are against you, you will find a way to win. The secret to overcoming self-doubt is action. When you take action, even when you're afraid, even when you don't feel ready, you weaken the power of fear. Every small victory, every step forward builds confidence. Confidence isn't something you are born with, it's something you build through experience. And experience only comes from taking action, no matter how uncertain you feel. But understand this, your mind will always try to pull you back into comfort. It will try to convince you that staying safe, staying where you are, is the best choice. That's why so many people never chase their dreams. They let their mind talk them out of it. They choose comfort over growth. But comfort is the enemy of greatness. The people who achieve extraordinary things are the ones who refuse to stay comfortable. They embrace the struggle. They push forward even when their mind tells them to stop. So how do you take control of your mind? It starts with awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts. Every time you catch yourself thinking negatively, stop and replace that thought with something empowering. Instead of saying, I can't do this, say, I am capable and I will figure it out. Instead of saying, I'm not good enough, say, I am improving every day. Your words matter. What you tell yourself every day becomes your reality. Discipline is the next step. Train your mind like you train a muscle. Just like you wouldn't expect to get strong in the gym without lifting weights, you can't expect a strong mindset without consistent effort. Challenge yourself daily. Step outside your comfort zone. Face your fears head on. The more you do this, the stronger your mind will become. At the end of the day, the choice is yours. You can let your mind control you, or you can take control of your mind. You can listen to the doubts and fears, or you can rise above them. Every day you have a choice to either fight or surrender. And if you choose to fight, if you choose to believe in yourself, even when no one else does, if you refuse to let your mind stop you, nothing pain is something everyone experiences. It comes in different forms: failure, rejection, disappointment, exhaustion. It is uncomfortable, it is frustrating, and at times it makes you question everything. But the truth is, pain is temporary. It feels unbearable in the moment, but if you push through, you will realize that it doesn't last forever. Growth, however, is permanent. Every time you endure pain and refuse to quit, you become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Most people fear pain because they see it as a sign to stop. The moment they feel discomfort, they turn back. But what they fail to realize is that pain is part of the process. No great achievement in life comes without struggle. The people who achieve extraordinary things aren't the ones who avoided pain. They are the ones who faced it, embraced it, and used it to grow. Think about a time when you were pushed to your limits. Maybe it was a tough workout, a difficult exam, or a situation where you felt like you had nothing left to give. At that moment, quitting seemed like the best option. But if you pushed through, you discovered something incredible. You were stronger than you thought. You proved to yourself that pain wasn't the end, it was just a temporary challenge. Growth happens when you step outside of your comfort zone. But stepping outside of your comfort zone means experiencing discomfort. That's why so many people stay stuck. They avoid anything that feels painful or difficult. They want success, but they don't want to struggle. They want strength, but they don't want to endure the pain required to build it. But here's the truth. You can't grow without struggle. You can't become stronger without resistance. Imagine a seed buried in the soil. It is surrounded by darkness, struggling to break through the earth. It faces resistance, but it keeps pushing upward. If the seed could feel pain, it might think that the struggle is too much, that it is easier to stop. But if it does, it will never grow into the tree it was meant to be. The same applies to you. Every challenge you face is pushing you to grow. If you give up when it gets tough, you never reach your full potential. Most people believe pain is a sign that something is wrong, but in reality, pain is often a sign that you are growing. When you work out, your muscles experience micro tears. It hurts, but that's exactly how they grow stronger. The same principle applies to life. Every struggle, every setback, every hardship is a tear in your mental and emotional muscle. If you keep going, those tears heal and you become stronger than before. The key is to shift your perspective. Instead of seeing pain as a punishment, see it as an opportunity. Every time life challenges you, it is giving you a choice, break or grow. The people who break never realize their full potential, but the people who grow, they become unstoppable. Think about the greatest athletes, the most successful entrepreneurs, the strongest leaders. They all have one thing in common. They endured pain and refused to give up. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team, but instead of quitting, he used the pain to push himself harder. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb, but instead of seeing failure as the end, he saw it as a lesson. These people understood that pain was temporary, but the growth they gained from it would last forever. There will be moments when you want to quit, moments when the pain feels too much, when the struggle seems endless. But remember this, if you quit, you will always wonder what could have been. If you push through, you will come out stronger, wiser, and closer to your goals. When you face pain, remind yourself, this is not permanent. This is just a test. This is just a temporary phase in my journey. The discomfort you feel today will become the strength you rely on tomorrow. The struggles you endure will become the lessons that shape your future. So embrace the pain. Don't run from it. Don't let it break you. Use it. Let it fuel you. Let it make you stronger. Because at the end of the day, pain is temporary, but the growth you gain from it lasts forever. Failure is one of the most misunderstood experiences in life. Most people see it as an ending, a sign that they aren't good enough, smart enough, or strong enough. But in reality, failure is not the end. It is the beginning. It is the foundation on which success is built. Every failure holds a lesson. Every setback carries an opportunity. And every disappointment is a stepping stone towards something greater. The only real failure in life is giving up. As long as you keep going, you haven't failed. You are just learning. People often fear failure so much that they never even try. They let the possibility of failing stop them from taking action. But avoiding failure doesn't mean you are succeeding. It means you are standing still. Growth happens when you step into the unknown, take risks, and push yourself beyond your limits. And when you do that, failure is inevitable. You will fall. You will make mistakes. You will experience setbacks. But none of that matters as long as you get back up. Think about the greatest innovators, athletes, and leaders in history. Every single one of them failed, often more times than they succeeded. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before creating the light bulb. Imagine if he had stopped at failure number 10 or 100 or 999. The world would be a darker place, literally. He didn't see failure as defeat. He saw it as progress. He famously said, I have not failed. I've just found 1, 0, 0, 0, 0 ways that won't work. That is the mindset of someone who refuses to let failure define them. Failure is a teacher. It shows you what doesn't work so that you can find what does. It reveals your weaknesses so that you can strengthen them. It tests your commitment to see if you truly want what you are chasing. Every time you fail, you are gathering information. You are becoming wiser, sharper, and more prepared for the next attempt. If you look at failure as an enemy, it will break you. But if you see it as a guide, it will lead you to success. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not the absence of failure. It is how they respond to it. Some people let failure destroy their confidence. They take it personally and believe it is proof that they aren't meant to achieve their goals. Others see failure as feedback. They use it to adjust their strategy, improve their skills, and come back stronger. The second group is the one that ultimately wins. There is a simple rule for success. Fail fast, fail forward. The faster you fail, the faster you learn. The faster you learn, the faster you grow. People who fear failure spend years hesitating, overthinking, and waiting for the perfect moment, but those who embrace failure take action, make mistakes, and improve along the way. That's why they succeed, because they are willing to go through the failures necessary to reach their goal. Failure also builds resilience. Every time you get knocked down and stand back up, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your circumstances. You develop grit, determination, and an unshakable belief that nothing can stop you. The more you fail, the tougher you become. And the tougher you become, the more unstoppable you are. One of the biggest reasons people fear failure is because of what others will think. They don't want to look foolish or be judged for making mistakes. But the truth is, the people who criticize failure the most are often the ones who never dared to try anything themselves. They sit on the sidelines watching while the brave ones take risks, stumble, and ultimately succeed. Don't let the fear of judgment keep you from chasing your dreams. The opinions of others won't build your future. Your actions will. Every successful person has a story of failure. The only difference is that they didn't stop at failure. They kept going. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination. Steve Jobs was removed from his own company before coming back to make Apple one of the most successful brands in history. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't fit for television. If any of these people had accepted failure as the end, they would have never achieved greatness. So the next time you fail, don't take it as a sign to quit. Take it as proof that you are in the game, that you are trying, that you are growing. Learn from it. Adjust your approach. Try again and again and again. Because if you refuse to give up, eventually failure will turn into success. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. It is not a sign that you should stop. It is a sign that you are on the right path. The only people who never fail are the ones who never try. And the ones who never try will never know what they are truly capable of. So fail often, fail boldly, and most importantly, never let failure be the end of your story. Let it be the beginning of your greatest comeback. Motivation is a great spark. It can get you started, fuel your energy, and make you feel unstoppable. But the problem with motivation is that it doesn't last. Some days you wake up feeling inspired, ready to take on the world. Other days you feel tired, unmotivated, and tempted to take the easy way out. If you rely on motivation alone, you will never be consistent. That's why discipline is more powerful than motivation. Discipline is what keeps you going when motivation disappears. It is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. Most people chase motivation like it's the secret to success. They watch motivational videos, read inspiring quotes, and wait for that perfect moment when they feel ready. But successful people don't wait for motivation. They act no matter how they feel. They don't depend on emotions to determine their actions. They let their commitment drive them forward. Discipline is waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. It's going to the gym when you don't feel like it. It's working on your goals even when no one is watching. It's showing up every single day, no excuses. The reason most people struggle with consistency is that they only take action when they feel motivated. They start strong but lose momentum the moment things get tough. They let their emotions control them. If they don't feel inspired, they don't take action. But the truth is, your feelings don't matter when it comes to success. Your actions do. A disciplined person will wake up and do the work, whether they feel like it or not. That is what separates winners from everyone else. Think about athletes who train every day, rain or shine. They don't wait to feel motivated. They follow a schedule. They push through exhaustion, pain, and discomfort because they know that greatness is built through discipline, not bursts of inspiration. The same applies to every area of life. If you want to be great at something, you must commit to it, not just when it's convenient, not just when it's exciting, but every single day. Discipline also builds momentum. The more you show up and put in the work, the easier it becomes. Your mind and body adapt to the routine. What once felt difficult becomes second nature. That's why the first few weeks of any new habit are the hardest. Your brain is resisting change. But if you stay disciplined, eventually it stops being a struggle. You don't have to force yourself to do it anymore. It becomes a part of who you are. Many people believe discipline is restrictive, but in reality, discipline is freedom. When you are disciplined, you are in control of your life. You don't let distractions, laziness, or procrastination dictate your future. You decide where your time and energy go. You create the life you want instead of waiting for it to happen. Without discipline, you become a slave to your emotions, always chasing short-term comfort at the cost of long-term success. One of the biggest misconceptions is that discipline is something you either have or don't have. But discipline is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. Every time you choose action over excuses, you reinforce discipline. Every time you push through discomfort, you make it easier to do it again. On the other hand, every time you give in to laziness, you weaken your self-betrayal. That's why small decisions matter. Skipping one workout, making one excuse, or postponing one important task might not seem like a big deal, but over time, these small choices shape your entire life. The best way to build discipline is to create habits and routines. If you rely on willpower alone, you will eventually burn out. But if you set up a system, specific times for working, training, learning, you remove the need for constant decision-making. Successful people don't rely on motivation because they have already structured their days for success. They don't have to ask themselves, do I feel like doing this today? Because the decision has already been made. They simply follow their system. Another key to discipline is understanding your why. If you don't have a strong reason for doing something, it will be easy to quit. But if you know exactly why you are working hard, pushing through challenges becomes easier. Your why must be bigger than your excuses. When discipline feels hard, remind yourself what you are fighting for. Whether it's your dreams, your family, your future, or the person you want to become. There will be days when discipline feels like a burden, days when the effort doesn't seem worth it, but those are the most important days to keep going. Because discipline is not about doing what is easy, it's about doing what is necessary. The people who master discipline master life. They're the ones who achieve greatness, not because they were more motivated, not because they had better luck, but because they had the courage to stay consistent no matter what. So stop waiting for motivation. Stop relying on feelings to determine your actions. Build discipline. Train your mind to do what needs to be done, even when you don't want to. Because at the end of the day, motivation gets you started, but discipline is what makes you unstoppable. Everything you do, every action you take, and every decision you make starts in one place. Your mind. Your mind is either your greatest weapon or your greatest enemy. It is the battlefield where success or failure is determined long before you see the results in the real world. The way you think shapes your reality. If your mind is strong, no challenge can break you. But if your mind is weak, even the smallest obstacles will defeat you. That's why mastering your mindset is the most important step toward developing a never give up attitude. Most people think success is about talent, luck, or resources. But the truth is, it's about mindset. There are people with all the talent in the world who never achieve anything because they let fear and doubt control them. And then there are people who have every reason to fail. No money, no connections, no advantages. But they still rise to the top because their mind refuses to accept defeat. The way you think determines the way you live. One of the most powerful things about the human mind is that it believes whatever you tell it. If you constantly tell yourself, I can't do this, I'm not good enough, or this is too hard, your mind will accept it as truth and you will start acting accordingly. But if you tell yourself, I will figure this out, I am strong enough and nothing can stop me, your mind will believe that too. And suddenly, obstacles don't seem so big anymore. Your thoughts create your reality. What you feed your mind determines how far you go in life. That's why you must guard your thoughts carefully. Negative thinking is like poison. It weakens you, makes you hesitate, and keeps you stuck. But positive thinking is like fuel. It pushes you forward, gives you confidence, and helps you keep going even when things get tough. This is not about blind optimism or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on solutions instead of problems. It's about training your mind to see every challenge as an opportunity, every failure as a lesson, and every setback as a setup for a comeback. Your mind will always look for proof to support what you believe. If you believe you are weak, your mind will find every reason to confirm that. But if you believe you are strong, your mind will start finding evidence to prove it. That's why it is so important to reprogram your thinking. Every morning, remind yourself, I am capable, I am resilient, I am unstoppable. The more you repeat it, the more your mind starts to believe it. And when your mind believes it, you start acting like it. One of the biggest mental traps people fall into is fear. It's fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. Fear is the number one reason people quit. It convinces them that it's safer to stay where they are, to never take risks, to never try. But fear is an illusion. It only has power if you listen to it. The best way to overcome fear is to take action. The more you face your fears, the weaker they become. Eventually, you realize that most of the things you were afraid of were never as bad as you imagined. Another enemy of a strong mindset is self-doubt. Everyone has moments when they wonder if they are good enough, smart enough, or strong enough. But the difference between winners and quitters is that winners don't let doubt stop them. They feel the doubt, but move forward anyway. They understand that confidence is not something you wait for, it's something you build by taking action. The more you push through your doubts, the more confidence you develop. Your environment also plays a huge role in shaping your mindset. If you surround yourself with negative, lazy, and unmotivated people, their mindset will rub off on you. But if you surround yourself with people who push you, inspire you, and refuse to let you give up, you will start thinking and acting like them. Be very careful about who you listen to. Some people will fill your mind with doubt, fear, and excuses. Others will fill your mind with belief, courage, and determination. Choose wisely. Training your mind is like training a muscle. It takes time and effort, but the results are life-changing. Start by being aware of your thoughts. Every time a negative thought enters your mind, replace it with a positive one. Every time fear tries to stop you, take a step forward anyway. Every time doubt creeps in, remind yourself of all the challenges you have already overcome. Strengthening your mind is a daily process, but the stronger it becomes, the less anything can break you. At the end of the day, success is not about having an easy path, it's about having an unbreakable mind. A strong mind doesn't give up when things get tough, it finds a way. A strong mind doesn't let failure define it, it uses failure as fuel. A strong mind doesn't wait for the right moment, it creates it. When you master your mind, you master your life. So take control of your thoughts. Train your mind to see possibilities instead of limitations. Refuse to let fear and doubt dictate your actions. Because when your mind is strong, nothing in this world can stop you.